some Love and Marriage Huntsville on OWN Network. Okay, this is season 6, episode 8, guys. Mel invites Nail, Tiffany, and Kiki to her house because, you know, the last couple of events that they've gotten together at, they've gotten into it, the spa and the tea party. And she's thinking maybe she can have something a little bit smaller and help navigate these ladies into figuring out how to at least be cordial to each other when everybody's together. Because Mel's like me, honestly, yeah, you can't have every single time we get together, it's going to be that. Like, that's a lot. And it's going to be y'all every time. Like, we're going to have to figure something out. And she's thinking as an executive producer as well. You know that, right? So she's like, let me try to hash this out. So it actually does work. They kind of explain why each other felt a certain kind of way. Kiki doubles down on that one comment she tried to say last week about, I always know my dad. She said that she wasn't trying to say that. It wasn't in a malicious way at all. And it was like, it was. She said, I wasn't taking a dig. You were. But she does apologize if she made her feel a certain kind of way. Tiffany says, okay, I accept it. I feel like you weren't hearing me yesterday, but now you're actually listening and you're hearing what I got to say. So fine, they good.
Now, Melody did give a disclaimer that shows up later, which is, will y'all be able to get along while we're in a group setting? Mm-hmm. And they said they could. And that's all I'm going to say. Go ahead and keep it going, because Melody tried to warn them that group dynamics can change the way that y'all interact, but y'all, you know, so go ahead into the next scene.
Okay. So I think, this is where my notes stop. I think Martell is like planning for his upscale magazine launch, and he talking to Sheree, and she said she about to drive and get there. So she coming.
Because nothing else matters. We're going to go ahead and fast forward. Nothing matters besides, look, this is Love, Marriage, Husband. Right to the end scene, right? Because we don't remember nothing else that happened in between.
Well, in between, it like a little bit of it's key, but I can't remember who was out there. I know that Kimmy, Stormy, and Letitia talked, right? And Stormy spilled some tea there about how
because Tiffany was the person
Tiffany
that
was running her mouth a lot to people. Like, she was
Tiffany said, and Tiffany said what the people asked. This was Tiffany's episode. Tiffany said, is the ownership on paper, or she don't have control over her marriage? Because why is you getting kicked out of your office? And that's true tea that needs to be discussed.
And we've all asked it. Tiffany
did what needed to be done.
She watches these videos and she took
some notes.
On one of these wonderful journals.
She wrote it down in a Karma Fox notebook. And she said, I'm going to do what the people asked me to do, what God put on my heart. And I want to know, if you own the business, why are you in this coffee shop? Why are you in Kimmy's house in this podcasting room if you own it? So now Tisha, which pissed me off, says, well, if we gonna talk about, we could really talk about, you know, what's going on in her marriage.
Yeah.
Whatever it is with her, I don't know if it's Southern, but some of her words just ain't worded.
Girl.
But just, you know, what, because we could talk about the rumors in her marriage if we want to go there. Now, I don't think Letitia's response. I'm so mad her name Tisha. I don't think Tisha's response required all of that, because I really do feel like Tiffany's question was valid. Tiffany is messy, but the question itself
The question is amazing.
So now you want to sit up here and do rumors when you was just crying the past couple of seasons that Mel and Martell put out this rumor about these 20 girls and all that. So now you doing rumors. Yeah. Okay, Tisha, that's fine. So then y'all had this conversation. Stormy mad about fucking tea. I grew up, I was printed out as a lady. I don't need nobody to tell me how to do etiquette.
So what happened? Because Stormy really is the one that started this. Because Stormy got with, who did she get with? She got with some people. And people was getting in groups of 3 and 4 and spreading tea. And then Stormy took the tea and brought it to Martell's party.
Yes, she did.
To kind of get Tiffany. You know, it was more so that or whatever. So
Tiffany was amazing. Chef for Tiffany had us in that inbox like, Tiffany, no!
So when Tiffany is cornered, Tiffany coming. anything. Okay. Well, shit, I look bad, so I'm about to just go ahead and do this. I don't care. I'm pregnant. I'm hungry. I'm ready to go. I got a film, so I might as well be messy. Because that girl calmly, too, y'all.
Got Kiki together, if you ask me. Kiki didn't win that. They wanted to say that Tiffany sent a message to Kiki that shaded Tisha on Twitter. And Kiki's thought was, how are you upset about the way that I treated my cousin when you're up here sending me a text message that says, you know, congratulations at Kiki, we want her back because she gonna get Tisha together. So you're okay with me shading my cousin, so I'm gonna tell her. And Tiffany just sitting there looking like, I was congratulating you. I didn't even know all this extra stuff about whatever they saying on the Twitter thread. I was just happy you had a little job or they wanted you to come back.
Right.
And then, you know, that's when Kiki said, you can learn a thing or two from me. And Tiffany said, you can't teach me a mother thing, Miss Mel. And I was here for it. So then Stormy like, come get Tisha. Come get her. So they go get Tisha. Tisha sits down. And she said, you got beef with me? And Tiffany said, no. No. No, I don't. Well, I don't like that you're talking behind my back, and this is the issue. I didn't say anything. So Tiffany is over it. Tiffany said, let me go get Sheree. I'm gonna go and say
was tired. Tiffany was hungry.
Tiffany was ready to work. She said, I was wondering why we was gone half the season and why I came back, but let me show you what I'm about to do. She goes and get Sheree. Because at this point, they're at Martell's party. And let me add this caveat to it. They get out of the car, Martell and Sheree, but Sheree and Martell is on two opposite sides of the room. He don't introduce Sheree
the whole time.
She walking around with people she barely fucking know. He not like it's like she's there, but she's not there. And so Tiffany said, I'm going to tap her on the shoulder and we're going to go have a seat. Because Martell has already embarrassed Sheree for us. Because when he thanks everybody for Uptown Magazine, he doesn't thank Sheree. Sheree got to move through the motherfucking crowd like she got a ticket in the back just to see her man up front. So we already are embarrassed for Sheree because Martell says nothing about her. But Tiffany said,
he pays her just like y'all. He did not care. That was his date. That's his friend girl. He gave her no acknowledgement. She walked up to his people by herself, like, hey, how you doing? She was walking up to people and greeting them herself. And he was walking like
to the point Kimmy said this looked like a business arrangement. him and Melody used to work a room together, and now even Kimmy
like the magic, okay? But that was
okay. And so Tiffany and her big ass 9-month belly said, let me come talk to you. And this is where Tiffany earned every paycheck. If she don't do nothing else, Tiffany earned every nickel of her paycheck. Because when Sheree has to go like this, like I'ma smack this bitch. Tiffany has done her due diligence because she like, no, you can't, bitch. I'm pregnant. So let me go ahead and ask you. Do you have a problem with Martell being a cheater? And that's what Sheree said. Well, you were a cheater too. Mm-hmm. Have you met the kids? Have you met Melody? You happy? Because maybe we need to fix that because that's weird, right? That you ain't met Melody, but you're around her kids. Well, there's nothing that needs to be fixed. You don't think so? So you must be putting down some good pussy. Is that what it is?
Oh, you think you snapped it down where
you must be laying it down. Is that what it is? Because you know you done saw what happened. So is that what it is? When I tell you I was here for every uncomfortable, shady moment of Tiffany, who has no coof about herself to bring a conversation, bitch, this ain't had shit to do with you. Talking about I'm getting to know Sheree. For who? You ain't got no ties to get to know Sheree.
Look at Sheree, y'all.
Sheree wanted to knock the dog shit out of Tiffany. And I was so happy that Tiffany said, checkmate, bitch. So I know you saw them other seasons. I know you watched the show. You don't think he's a cheater. You don't have no concerns about that. You ain't met Mel. What pissed me off is Sheree was like, I met Mel at a book signing. I felt like she was trying to make Mel a fan.
Yeah, she was.
And I'm like, I'm so sick of Sheree. I'm so shit. And then when she went, like Tiffany, chef's kiss, because I was uncomfortable. I was screaming at the TV. I was laughing so hard because I could not believe Tiffany was being Tiffany and asked all of them inappropriate
back to
back questions. But as a viewer, how did you feel about Tiffany and Sheree's scene? Who do you think like got each other together? Because people highlighted, like they highlighted the clips where Sheree was like, you know, I watch your show and you cheated too. But I still feel like Tiffany won that.
The fact that Tiffany, when she said that to her, she was like, oh, you did? Yeah, okay. So the next question. Like, that question didn't bother her. She kept going. And Sheree had nothing to say. Like, it was like,
I feel like the way I highlighted that scene, I thought Sheree was about to go in, and Sheree did not.
Yeah, because she was like, yeah, I cheated. Okay, so how does it feel to da-da-da? Have you met Mel? Have you met her kids? You ain't met her kids? That's crazy. Why you ain't meet her kids? Y'all should probably set that up. Don't
she said that she met the kids one time, but she hasn't met Mel. They met at a book signing years ago with little Martell.
Mm-hmm.
And Tiffany said, we need to fix that. Sheree said, ain't shit to be fixed. And she was like, I don't think so. Tiffany was off the chain. And I was here for it. I was here for it.
That was the first time, though, that I think I understood the show as a viewer, right? Because usually when we watch it, somehow we insert ourselves as one of the homegirls in the scene. So how we will feel if we was there, like, oh, I couldn't have that. You couldn't do that to me. We put ourselves in their shoes. But when we watched that, we watched it as viewers, like, yes, because I want to know. And yeah, I want to know that too. And I want to know that. Like, every question was like,
let me tell you something. Tiffany might not tell you about that marriage, right? Because once Dr. Francis last season got in their ass, they disappeared. Tiffany ain't gonna tell you about that goddamn marriage.
Yes.
But she gonna get somebody to motherfucking get her. Tiffany is a sense of conflict. She asked the questions that viewers have that nobody that has any home training would ask. And she asked those questions.
Something is happening to us, though. And I don't know what reality TV is doing to the consumer's mind, because the first season, Tiffany came in. She did this, y'all. She's been doing this the entire time. We hated her. The first season, she was there.
She was there, yeah.
She instantly was going for Marcel and Letitia, like, boom, because these are questions we wanted to know.
And then she got into the kids shit.
Yeah, it was vaping. Like, she gave us everything. Like, dang. So when we first watched it, we did not like her. Like, oh, heck no, that's inappropriate. But I could see how the producers is like, this is amazing. You know what I mean? Like, they minds is messed up.
Because in real life, you have a Tiffany. Like, in real life, you know somebody, whether they might not be in your circle, but it's a coworker or something that always seems to see everybody else's shit, but they fucking own.
Yes.
And that's Tiffany.
Yes.
Tiffany can see everybody else's problem scenarios and ask the right questions, but don't you ask her and Lewis about the questions of their marriage, because they can't do it. And so Tiffany is that conflict person. I do want to know more about their marriage, but Tiffany gonna ask the inappropriate.
But the fact that she asked those inappropriate things, if we pay attention to it, it's made classic TV for us, our entertainment. But it's cringeworthy because it's reality to us, and we like, ugh, if I was in that situation, like, I want her up. You know what I mean? Like,
you hold that belly. She hold that belly like, you can't touch me, ho. So everything. So if you not care about him,
this is a lesson to people be your shadiest you when you pregnant.
When you are pregnant, there's no leaps or bounds. Go ahead and let that shit rest. And blame it on hormones. And then crying because you can ask whatever the fuck you want to ask without your ass getting beat. Because in a real scenario, bitch, a drink would have been thrown, and who the fuck is you talking to like that would have been included. But because you pregnant, you can go ahead and say, okay, whatever, next question. So if you want to put you down, and that's why you think that he not gonna do that to you. And I'm here for it. And I hope Sheree makes another debut so Tiffany can get in that ass again. And I'm here for it.
Baby, that was good though. Ooh, that
was such good TV for me.
I mean, listen, y'all. I inboxed Carver like, girl.
Tiffany, all episode. Tiffany.
Yes, the award for this episode goes to Tiffany, y'all.
The award, because that's who made the episode. Tiffany earned her coins this episode, and let you know you see Kimmy is rational.
Yeah.
Kimmy is us. Kimmy would have never asked those intrusive questions.
Right.
Tisha's delusional, and Melody is isolated.
Yeah.
Which then goes back to your question earlier on Roa when you was like, in real life, if I have an issue with this person, I wouldn't be here. Yeah. This is why I love it. Marriage Huntsville is dropping in ratings.
Yeah.
Because we can clearly see that Stormy don't fuck with Melody. Mm-hmm. Melody don't fuck with Stormy. Right. Tisha don't fuck with Melanie because every confessional there's a little bit of shade there, and you're forcing them to do ensemble. Mm-hmm. And I would rather them let them have their beef and follow individual storylines and ensembles that make sense.
Yeah,
we didn't need a tea with Tisha invited. We really didn't. You could have just simply allow Tisha and Mel to reconcile on their own time, like in real life does, if they choose to do that. Yeah. We could have followed them separately.
Yeah.
I can follow Mel's storyline separately. I don't need her in a scene with Tisha because as a viewer, it feels fake.
It does.
No, y'all are only doing this to work together. There is no friendship left here.
No, at all. And also, like, one more thing that was interesting was we did not see this lady in the blue dress in that scene at all. I don't know how she was crop cut, burned out, but she was also there at this party. Lady in the blue dress. Lady in the blue dress.
You know, Destiny filmed at some point, and I don't know if they just cut her out like a motherfucking piece of paper. But I'm not really sure how that works. But
I'm sure she was walking around. How did they blur her out?
I don't know how the cameras did it to make Destiny a non-factor by having Lozana voice. But I'm not really a fan of Destiny. I think Destiny has great potential. Mm-hmm. But Destiny is inauthentic in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And I think Stormy is not prepared for reality TV. I think Stormy has a good foundation of story, but I don't think that Stormy really fully understands that she's a reality TV star. Mm-hmm. And I'm not. I don't know what to do with Stormy. I don't. Stormy was upset at that motherfucking tea because they asked you not to cuss, like you don't know the difference. I'm a Christian. I cuss a little, but I don't cuss at Layla go to a Catholic school. I'm not cussing in mass. I'm not doing this and being like, why am I here? Like, you should understand that in certain, like areas, you turn it on, and you turn it off. You can read the room.
Yes. How can you not say that? And that lady was right when she said, "You don't know that." I said, "Yes, I do." No, didn't say it. Like, come on.
You should have. You could talk to
vocabulary, but you don't have to cuss. Like,
you can. Like, you really can, because you know that sometimes, like, for instance, this is gonna be controversial. I'm okay with that because I already drunk my little drink for tonight. But like, my kids, if they cuss, I'm not necessarily upset about them using a curse word. I tell them they can't use it because they don't understand when and when not to. I understand that cursing is a form of expression. It's another language in your vocabulary. Okay. So when Elijah tells, I say, you know, what did you do in school? And he says, shit. I believe him, but I need you to use a different word because obviously you don't understand that to another adult you shouldn't cuss.
Right.
And you don't understand that that's not the appropriate vocabulary, so don't use it at all. Yeah. But I don't have a problem with curse words in general. I think it's a freedom of expression. I don't know. Stormy gives me, because she needs therapy too. Stormy gives me that you are fighting this ghetto mentality that people have placed on you, and you trying to fight for your life that you ain't ghetto.
Yeah.
Like this ghetto shit that bothers you is really like on your spirit. Mm-hmm. And I feel like she tries to fight that she is just as poised or worthy as Mel and Kimmy. You get what I mean? Like, I feel like she's always fighting that part of her identity. And I want Stormy to know that since I'm the one that goes to the PTO on the screen with a bonnet. I goes to Olive Elijah's PTO on a view screen with a bonnet because that's where I'm at. And it doesn't change where I'm at. I still am able to use language that's not curse words, but that's who I am. It's embracing all of your sides of her identity. Stormy still seems to be lost. Okay. And I want her to go find it because what's translating on screen is giving me a goddamn headache. Now you can't go to fucking tea. Now you upset about tea? You can't go to tea. You can't learn how to use the bag and the saucer because that's too much for you.
It was a lot though, because was she doing that because that's just authentically how she is? Or was she looking for a moment? Like, why did Stormy have to do that? Like, it was aggressive a little bit the way she said it. I mean, not because I could do that. Like, why are you so mad that you want to be able to cuss? Like, what makes you fight for that? Were you looking for a moment, or were you genuinely like in your heart feeling like you should be in a curse at a tea? Like, I was trying to figure out if Stormy was looking for a moment on the TV.
I don't think she's looking for a moment. One thing I will say about Stormy is I think she's authentic in what we see. I don't think she's looking for a moment. I think she's looking for acceptance.
Okay.
To be who she is, and she's somebody that likes to cuss.
It's not the right way to look for it, and you do.
It's not like I think she would have been fine with the tea, but the tea came with etiquette. Yeah. And the etiquette was something that was different from her norm. Yeah. And she took and seen that as an attack instead of an opportunity to learn both ways. Right. Take the meat and leave the bones. If I go and I need to figure out a salad fork, and I need to learn to work from the inside out or whatever, I'm not going to take that as a jab because I never learned how to use a salad fork. I'm going to look at that as an opportunity. But I think for her, especially with the viewers and how polarizing the fans are with Love and Marriage Huntsville, you look at that as an attack of who you are. Right. And so you were not open to learning etiquette to talk to people without fucking cussing. Yeah. You can do both.
She felt like it's on the defensive for sure.
She is.
At all times. And it wasn't necessary in that moment. Like, nobody was judging you. No one was saying nothing about you. This was not social media. This was not that.
But you know what? The crazy part is sometimes in our mind, we are Black Twitter.
Yeah.
And I feel like Stormy low-key calculates what people's response to her is going to be. Okay. I feel like Stormy battles her mind all the fucking time.
Okay.
And she already is defending something that no one said about you or no one, you get what I mean? Like, in her mind is Black Twitter, and she's already being drugged. Yeah. And she has to immediately respond with, I know how to be a lady. I came out being okay, but a lady is more than genetics, baby. Yeah. It is a way of being. And if you could have taken something from that and learned something from that, then apply it. If not, you talking about it's bougie to learn how to do tea? That's crazy to me. Like, and even if it is bougie, so what? Is that not?
That's also history, though. That was the norm for my grandmother. Her little tea with her little saucer, that was normal.
Now, granted, I'm drinking liquor out of a cup. I know I'm ghetto as hell. I know I'm ghetto. I didn't grow up in it, but I feel like I have some real ratchet ghetto traits. That's fine. But if I ever went to a debutante or etiquette class, I would be open to it and I would apply what's needed to my identity and leave the rest. You ain't got to do everything the lady said.
Right.
You did have a point with you ain't got to go ahead and fight nobody with, and you cussing.
Yeah. For no reason. Like,
But Miss Betty is her mother, so.
And on that note, I'm not just like Mel. I'm not giving Miss Betty no time. So on that note, we are going to go ahead and wrap this up, y'all. Thank y'all so much. Please leave comments and weigh in on what y'all thought about the show. We're gonna be back next Friday, 7:00 to do. And I don't know, maybe we could talk about doing one sooner because it's like the end of the week and
the new episode for Love and Marriage Huntsville come out tomorrow.
And then
maybe
Sunday,
we need to switch it. We probably need to do the review shows on Wednesday and Hot Topics on Friday.
Yeah.
We'll switch it.
So we're gonna do this next Wednesday at 7:00.
Yeah, that's it.
Hot Topics. That's how we're gonna do it.
That's how we're gonna do it. Boom, we fixed it.
Got it. Okay, guys. Thank you so much again for watching. We love y'all. Check out Karma's on her Amazon in the description box, both on Facebook and on YouTube. You can see the link to get one of these lovely journals she has on Amazon, y'all, and also the book Woman to Woman 10 Ways We Sabotage Relationships is going to be on there as well. So with that being said, we will talk to y'all on Wednesday.
Bye.